Good day, everyone. We are Ieva, Dimitar, and Blagoj from Group 16, and we are going to present the group awareness campaign design with the design thinking approach, addressing the acute and rapidly expanding problem in London of urban food insecurity. Our campaign with the food dignity, a local movement for equitable eating is the response to a growing concern about how to make food access more compassionate, inclusive, and empowering. This campaign is a community-powered, dignity-first alternative to food banks that are often seen as a stigmatized form of a charity that lacks a broad menu of food offered. Uh, Next slide, please. Yep, thank you. So how might we make London less food insecure through access to food through dignity and by utilizing community power? In our study, we find out that it's not only about the lack of the food, but it's also about the methods by which food is obtained. Using food banks evokes an attitude of many people who find themselves shamed, have no choice, and are dependent on those facilities. So that's why we seek the answer to following question. How can we build a London that is less food insecure using the dignity and the power of the community? Dignity first, or to put in other words, the freedom of choice and respect towards the people. Second, capitalize on community strength by utilizing residents, volunteers, and business people. And the third, focus on those boroughs that are the most impacted, such as Newham, Brent, and Southwark. Lastly, establish ongoing sustainable change whereby systems are owned by the community, supported by councils, and flexible to future requirements. The campaign is aligned with the Sustainable Development Goal 2, Zero Hunger. And the problem that it seeks to solve is weak. One, because it impacts above 650,000 individuals in the capital. Next slide, please. So on our base of design thinking was to understand the true experiences of food insecure people. During the empathy process, we have interviewed those who had been affected by food poverty. Their individuals, participants consisted of a single parents, senior citizens, and university students experiencing financial expenses. We have also seen studies by Greater London Authority and the London Assembly, which provided evidence of the extent and acute nature of food insecurity and demonstrated that boroughs such as Newham, Brent, and Southwark are worst affected. Unemployment, housing issues, and unavailability of fresh food also govern these regions. In order to bring humanity to our insights, we created the user personas, and among them there were the point one, a single mother serving 0-hour work and missing out on the meals to provide for her child. Point two, an elderly male who requires tiny food due to mobility and poor transportation, holding it back. Point three, a full-time student who has a stigma is involved with the food banks on campus. Emotion maps were also used to visualize that they think and feel, sources of pain, everyday challenges, and so on. So these insights also guaranteed that our solutions did not just fulfill practic- practically, but also add a layer of emotional support of the social food poverty. So that's all from me now, and I will pass my colleague Dimitar to talk about problem definition. Thank you.
Thank you, Ieva. Hello, everyone. My name is Dimitar, and I will continue from slide number 5, which is defining the problem. As a part of our empathy work and our research, it became apparent that the real problem is not just a food shortage, but access to food with dignity. Although emergency food aid sustains people for the short term, it gives them a sense of shame, dependency, and rejection. That's why we reframe the problem. The lack of access to healthy and affordable food in a dignified, empowering, and connecting way to people in London. This definition moves us beyond temporary solution, such as food banks, no longer term options, where choice, community, co-creation are core of the solution. We similarly acknowledge that the fact that food insecurity is closely related to other problems such as housing, increased living expenses, and inequality in health. The solution to the problem was designed a system level change as opposite to individual intervention. Next slide, please. Okay, thank you. Next slide, ideation and concepts. In the ideation part, we employed such tools as crazy, brainwashing, and mind mapping, and generated more than 30 creative ideas. We sought the community-based alternative of food bank solution that make the choice easier, dignity, and collective possession. We created the model of food commons, the community-controlled spaces where food is not donated, but is shared, and people themselves are the subject of activities. The main characteristics are a pay-what-you-can shelf in the grocery store to decrease stigma, sharing cooking skills and recipes in the form of demonstrations of cultural food, budgeting in nutrition workshops, communal dining and sharing of common food in order to create a connection and sense of dignity. Drawing upon these innovations, such as Fair Share, Too Good to Go, and Food Cycle, our own model takes one step further to co-creation and improvement. It strives to develop not discriminatory food system and emerge as a result of the community. Next slide, please. Thank you. Prototyping, representing the three main features of the campaign. So we can shape our idea in reality. We made 3 prototypes of the Food Common campaign. Visual identity exclusive design and quotes of users and posters that will animate dignity and belongings. Hub Lion model, a scale model that describes groceries, kitchen, and shared eating areas. Digital campaign mockup. It's a Facebook page with recipes, events, and user stories. To facilitate this, we put them through testing areas with students, parents, and older people to take input of the clarity of design, ease of approach, and tone. The voices assisted in making our resources useful and emotionally appealing. Next one, please. Testing and iteration. We perform user testing by carrying out follow-up interviews, surveys, and community message boards to provide further insights on how effectively our prototypes adhere to user requirements. Among the significant findings are The younger customers participated in first digital platforms were mobile friendly. Community and personal presence in helping were appreciated by the old users. Every user stressed that it's really important to choose, be respected, and stay dignified. In answer to this, we introduced inclusive visual signage design that is friendly, the language materials aim at improving accessibility, audio instructions for people with impaired sight. Also, the partnership with OLIO and local councils in terms of logistics, redistribution, and finances were also concerned. That was from me. Thank you very much, and pass the ball to Blagoj.
Hello, everyone. My name is Blagoj. Thank you, Dimitar. Thank you, Ieva. That was wonderful. You really put some effort, so you really prepared yourself for this presentation. As we said, we have to be aware about the food and about everything what is going on in our community. But we have to make a campaign rollout. For first 2 weeks, we have to make awareness to the people that they have to realize that we are real and our goal and our researches and our things to do are quite serious. So that's why we're going to install some Instagram stories, some posters, some street teaser, etc., etc. From week 6 to week 8, we have to empower them, like to do some skill sessions, to go some people, to do some community gatherings with people who knows this problem, and to make people aware and empower them to involved in all this. And week 3 to 5, like we said, that's the second one. Sorry, I just skipped one. It's engagement to build pop-up hubs, cooking workshops, open forums. We can discuss openly about this problem. Like we said, we have partners like GLA, Food Cycles, Sainsbury, maybe Tesco and other shops, but they're gonna be more sponsors than a partners, so they're gonna help us a lot. But for this, everything what we said until now, we have to have some measurements and evaluation after this. We have to see if our posters are enough, they have enough QR code scans, that we have enough social media interaction, how the people are satisfied, do we have some reviews, do they think that this is very positive and very helpful for society, etc., etc. We have second one, engagements, where we're gonna see the event attendance, volunteer numbers, hours contributed, and all this gathered in one. And finally, the impact, like sense of belonging, access to healthy food, reduced food bank use, everything is going to be mixed up, not like an idea, but believe that something can go in a good way, in a better direction. When we do the metric and an evaluation, we have to call people to action. For example, the students can be volunteers. They can contribute their time and skills by helping the food banks, distributing meals, organizing community awareness events, along with their teachers who can promote their food justice, can inspire the students by integrating food justice topics, and encouraging the students and the people to advocate for equitable food systems. And finally, the councils can support, dignify these food models. They can strengthen the community food security by founding and endorsing initiatives that prioritize dignity, choice, and empowerment. So with all this, we can say that this is more than idea. It's more than meals. It's more than inclusion. It's more than empowerment. It's more than respect. We are addressing not only for the root causes. We're addressing only root causes, not just the symptoms. And we're creating scalable, community-powered solutions. Like we said, solutions. Let's think about it. And everything starts with listening. As a good citizens, as a good people, we have to be aware and do something about it. Thank you for listening to my colleagues, and I wish you a good day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Okay.